Hello, crypto. How's everybody doing out there? Welcome back to another weekly Blaze stream with myself, Ali Kane, and Josh Bad Sports from the Blaze team. Tonight we've got two great guests from the Hex and Pulse Chain ecosystem. I think that's a fair thing to say. We've got Nerd Girl and Fashion Coder on to have a little chat with us about everything that's going on with their crypto journey at the minute. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this chat. A few nice nuggets of information to come during the conversation here today too. So, hello, Fashion Coder. How are you? Do you want to give yourself a little quick introduction?
Yes, absolutely. Hello. Thank you so much for having me. Ali, it's fun to stream with you again. You're so awesome. And Bad Sports, it's so nice to meet you. And funny enough, Nerd Girl and I don't think we've ever actually officially met. So this is the first time we've met, even though I feel like I know her so well. So it's fun to be on this street. So thanks for having me here. A little bit about me. I work in tech. And so I have a whole tech background, have the tech degrees, computer science is my big thing. I was a software developer, but then I got into crypto, and it's been super cool to be able to learn about crypto, but in the lens of technology. And I have created a channel and all of that over the last couple of years. And so I produce crypto content, and I have a whole product suite that actually walks someone through start to investing for getting into crypto. So that's me.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah. So the tech background. Have you found it that's really helped your crypto investing decisions and that kind of stuff, or are you planning to build anything?
So not right now. I have thought about building something, but I realized that that's not where I want to spend my time. And so I haven't done that side of things, but it's been really interesting having the tech background because I can actually go in and look at the code of an open source project and then compare it to the white paper and then actually see if it's what it says it is, which obviously auditors do that. But it's cool actually being able to see that myself and see where my money's going if I invest and use a specific product on the blockchain.
Yeah, that's a great skill to have. And Nerd Girl, how you doing? Thanks for coming on the show tonight. You want to give us a
Hey,
little bit of a rundown of who you are and what you're about?
sure. Yeah. Hi. Thanks for having me on. Nice to meet you all for the first time. Rachel, shout out to your dad too.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, we talked about this a little bit behind the scenes. Okay, so I'm Nerd Girl 007 with no vowels. I came from a background of religious studies, and I was in a PhD program I dropped out of several years ago before I got into crypto. And then when I found crypto, I immediately started applying the theory behind my dissertation to understanding the evolution of tribalism and cryptocurrency. So it's through a social and religious lens that I always understand cryptocurrency. Like, I am not at all looking at code. That's definitely a huge advantage that you have. I'm looking at community behavior.
I
That's so
mean,
cool.
that's kind of. I mean, if that's the thing, would you say that that's almost as important? Not as obviously, it's not as important as knowing being able to read code and things like that. But community is such an important thing in crypto. So maybe if that's it, how do you feel about that being a really good skill to have?
I mean, it's definitely been an advantage for me because especially if, because I can tell when things look organic and when they look fake, right? And when I'm thinking about things that I want to be in for a long haul, I'm always going to look for something that's organic and real. Because when things are fake, it's more likely that people are being paid to promote things, and like, not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that when the proper disclosures are made, but like, I can't trust when someone has bought something because they've been paid and they're talking about it because they've been paid because they're compromised. But when they're in it because that's what they really think is right, that's a different thing. And like, I will say that was super unique about the Hex community in 2019, 2020. It was like, it's always been kind of my thesis behind looking into things, is that I want to see something real.
So did you get into crypto way back as long ago as that 2019? Were you around when Richard Hart was kind of planning Hex Bitcoin in the real early days? Were you around the community then?
Yeah, I was. So I got into crypto in 2016. And I actually found Richard because I was working for a crypto media outlet and I was covering the the Bitcoin block wars. So I was interviewing Craig Wright and I was preparing to interview Craig and I saw the clip of Richard confronting Craig in
That's a
Malta.
great clip.
And that was my introduction to Richard Hart.
Okay, then here, what a controversial question. How do you feel? Because I didn't realize this was your background. How do you
Mhm.
feel about the way the community is now compared to what the community like was at the start? It's
It's
obviously, I came in 20, May 2021, and
Mhm.
during all the euphoria, and I've been
Mhm.
here through all the heartache and the bad times. So what's your contrast in experience and the way the Hex and Pulsing community is now compared to what it was like back then?
it's splintered. Like, so, with the launch of Pulse Chain, with everything having been down for as many years as it's been down, particularly when we are in the middle of a larger crypto bull run with all of the core Richard Hart assets being, performing just, I mean, like, just factually stating, not judgmentally stating this, but horribly, right? Comparatively. Um, like the community is fractured in so many different ways. People have left, people have created different, different other communities, people who used to be friends are at war with one another. It is like sad for me to see people who used to be friends with one another kind of like the way that they are with each other now. I knew it was going to happen as soon as Pulse Chain was announced, and I actually said it was going to happen in a live stream. But like it doesn't change how it feels when I see it happening.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy the way things are at the minute. Like you mentioned the word tribalism. I don't know. I don't understand. I'm all about everybody trying to get on with each other, and haven't really created any enemies within crypto yet. Hopefully, I can get through the bull run and I can keep that record intact. But the tribalism and how people, turn, I don't know, they hate each other just for what coin you're buying. And I don't even know if that I don't even know if that happens in any other industry, any other, place in the world. It's just so crazy within crypto that people actually want to attack each other based on a kind of coin that they like. It's absolutely wild. And there, it's been a tough thing for me. That's why I started building my own project. I get fed up playing around with everybody else and watching charts and just letting everybody else take the lead. That's why I wanted to build something and try to so I can take my focus and energy and put it somewhere that I feel it's being used well rather than entertaining all the infighting and tribalism. But yeah, it's been a big swing. There's just so many small sub communities, even in
Yep.
our own Hex and Pulsion ecosystem these days. Um, so Fashion Coder, you've got a lot of you cover a lot of things, different things within crypto. Is there anything within crypto outside the Hex and Pulse chain ecosystem that you're looking at the minute or that's catching your attention?
So I have said this on many other streams, but Cardano is actually my biggest holding. It's not anything within the Pulse chain or Hex ecosystem. And that's just because I got into crypto in 2019 and ended up buying super low and it did really well. And so it was one of those things where I was like, well, I don't want to get rid of this. And I have it all staked up. So I am earning rewards on the Cardano that I have that's staked. So Cardano is actually one that I do follow because it is one of, my biggest bags that I have. And ever since then, I mean, it's done well. So Cardano and the Cardano ecosystem, there are things that will pop up that I'll watch within that. I really like something called Sunday Swap. It's one of their dexes, and it's also super cute, which you can never go wrong with really good marketing. And so I really like Sunday Swap because of that. And that was actually the reason why I really started my channel. Was just I was helping people out in my life with crypto. And so yeah, so Cardano is one of them. And then there's also just other ones. The wonderful thing about being in crypto is we do have our community, within the Pulse chain and Hex ecosystems. But I've made so many friends that are outside of those ecosystems as well. And so it's interesting to see the plays that they're making with different coins like Caspa and what that has done within the last year. Because I have friends that, are big into that. And so there are a couple of different things where it's like, oh, I hear about this from, whoever. And then my dad, he's huge into just watching, like the biggest, I don't want to say crypto influencers, but like content creators and just their general overarching, messaging about what is going on in crypto. And so those always, whatever he talks about, my dad to me about, different coins that are coming out based off of,
That's a kind of
you're talking
interesting
about.
thing. Whenever we get in, whenever I started off in crypto, you did watch all the big influencers, and you got a really good overview of loads and loads of different coins. Not saying it was any good information. It was probably all good information far too late in the game. But it's easy to get pigeonholed, and we love the Hex and Pulse Chain community. I love it as much as anybody else. But I have plenty of other things going on outside the ecosystem. It is hard to keep to keep track of everything that's going on. There's just far too many things. But there's a few other investments as well. That we're in the Titan X ecosystem. Our own Blaze projects are building on the Titan X ecosystem. And then we've been sort of involved in Zen and Zen FTs and a lot of the things going on there too. But it keeps the focus also in different places. And I really think you do need that. Not even maximalism. Maximalism is useless in my opinion, but not even maximalism. Just being open to kind of all the different chains, all different things going on out there. You gotta keep your ear to the ground, and it's difficult because there's just so many things. What about yourself, Josh? Are you keeping your eye on anything outside the Hex and Pulse Chain ecosystem?
It's hard to. The amount of work we're doing at the minute. I mean, we've just got off sort of 3 or 4 hours with devs and team calls just literally before I jumped on here. So yeah, it's interesting to hear what people are in, because I've not looked at anything for about 4 months. I've just had my head deep in this. Outside of Pulse Chain, probably not. I think I'm well in Pulse Chain ecosystem with the coins I own. Obviously all over the gift tech at the minute. That's my favorite. Big shout out to Larry if he's watching. But yeah, no, I'm too busy to focus outside of Pulse Chain, I think. Yeah.
That's good. Nerd Girl, what about yourself? Have you anything you're looking out outside? I think I see you talking about Mog in a post the other day.
I do love Mog. I think that Mog is awesome. It's such a cool meme coin. I don't know. It's like, as far as like, there's nothing special about it other than just like a really strong organic community and just ridiculous marketing. Like like someone had messaged me months and months ago about Mog, and I was like, what? Like, tell me about this. And they just sent me the most ridiculous videos that I'd ever seen. And it's like obviously trying to look like horrible bad marketing, but it's so funny that I was like, yes, I'm in. Right. So that's like a meme coin. And by the way, there is Mog on Pulse Chain, and its market cap is like $70,000, where Mog on Ethereum is $500 million. It is not a forked coin. So it's not like if you had, like a lot of the coins where if you had it on Ethereum, you got a copy. It is just a copy on Pulse Chain. So it's not like a 1-for-1 kind of thing. But theoretically, the potential for that to increase in value, the Mog on Pulse Chain, I see like huge upside potential there. The same thing with like Pepe and, all of these other meme coins. And it is definitely meme coin season. So I play around.
Sorry, I was making a joke about this yesterday. It's like, we're here 3 years, I'm here 3 years later, all learning about all the tech, building projects, and the only thing making anybody any money at the minute is meme coins. It's like everybody building all this awesome shit for no reason. yet.
Yeah, it's just that part of the season, right? So meme coins are cultural, and they appeal to people who are already in, where like, utilities and all of that happens, that, starts pumping, starts seeing experience, starts seeing growth once retail starts coming in, because retail will be like, what's dick with butt? Like, why do I want that? Stupid token. Why do I want this?
That's my favorite meme coin of the minute. I love dick with butts.
Yeah,
It's-
no,
I think you,
yeah, no, for
I
sure.
think you just
So I play on different chains. I play on, Base, Polygon, Ethereum, and Pulse Chain mostly. I have nothing against any other chain. It's just that, like, I don't know, that's what I know how to use. Like, it just,
yeah.
I can easily do anything that I want on those chains. So that's where I have things. I worked for Polygon for a really long time, for Polygon's marketing agency for a really long time. So, I've got that background there.
That's awesome. What was that? What was that like? What was that experience like for you?
I mean, it's like a varied experience. It's great in some ways. Like, I met a lot of people. I got to learn different skills and utilize a lot of different things, but there are people throughout the cryptocurrency industry, including on Pulse Chain, who are doing some very, very shady things. And when you work for a marketing agency with NDAs signed, you see, like, up close and personal how much corruption there is. And it can be like, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that doesn't sound like too good to be involved in or even seeing it going on. You're definitely better distancing
And
yourself from that.
not directly with, Polygon or any of the clients who I worked with on, like, a one-on-one basis, but I do see things happening, and I especially corruption within, like, just broader crypto pertaining to influencers and content creators, like the amount of money that is kind of passed under the table at people and that people lie about is, like, it is very disturbing.
Yeah. Okay, nice. And another thing then I want to ask you guys about, I'll ask you first, Fashion Coder, is Pulse Chain at the minute. Do you think there's this kind of narrative coming out? I've seen recently of people saying that we're going to be the last chain to pump, that we're going to have to sit through another load of months of pain before we see any turnaround, before Richard Hart comes in and pumps our bags. But just what's your opinion on the state of Pulse Chain at the minute, the prices over there, and what you see in the next maybe 6 months or so?
Yeah, I think we're just gonna be chilling. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I really don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, like Nerd Girl said, we are in meme coin season. So we may see some meme coins, do super well on Pulse Chain, which that will bring eyes, which is awesome. But I do think it is going to be one of those things where we're going to have to wait a little while. And that's why it's good to be diversified into other chains as well, because then we can see growth in lots of different ways within our bags. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be a sec.
Yeah, Nerd Girl, what do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree. I've been saying for a long time that, theoretically, we have to prepare ourselves for the possibility that we don't even pump this season, right? Like, a lot of people are expecting us to pump at least at the end, right? At least after theoretically the SEC case is in, this last thing is in October. They have like 90 days to respond after that. And that assumes, like, people who are saying, well, then 90 days later, when the case is dismissed, then, it pumps. But the case won't necessarily even be dismissed, right? Like, they could decide that the SEC has jurisdiction, and then there could be a whole nother year of stuff. And people like XRP community completely missed the last bull run because they were involved in a court, in an SEC case. And I'm not saying that it's exactly the same, because it's not. And I made the mistake my first time in crypto in 2017 of assuming that they were going to, that, like, I knew what the SEC was going to do and they were going to approve the Bitcoin ETF. And that taught me one lesson. It's that I don't know what the SEC is going to do. Like, I cannot predict what government agencies or what's going to happen with government agencies and courts. So I would say that people should be prepared for the possibility that we don't pump at all this bull market. And I'm not saying that we won't. I'm just saying that you should be prepared for if we don't. Like, right? Like, that's all. But I do think if we do, it will be late. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if it wasn't until the bull market is over for the rest of cryptocurrency. Because really, then if that is actually kind of a best case scenario. Be like everything else starts to slow down and go down, and then, you know, Pulse Chain really ramps up, and then people flood in because that's the only place where gains are being made. And then you see the daily active wallets go up and the transaction volume and everything. It's kind of what I think will happen.
Yeah, that's really interesting to say. Yeah, I mean, for me as well, being fairly new, you know, 3 years in crypto, you know, the XRP army, you know, they got it tight. They really did. And even when they won the court case, you know, what did it do that day? They won the court case. They only got 25% pump, or maybe in a 50%.
And it got sold off immediately.
Yeah, and it was all that was it over. You know, seeing I think it was Sammy posting something the other day of somebody saying after 7 years, I give up on the XRP community. I just can't take it anymore. But yeah, sitting through a whole, that's a good point. You know, I honestly, I haven't really considered that we wouldn't pump at all. I haven't really give that much consideration. I have plenty of other things going on that if Pulse Chain wasn't to pump, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for me, but it would be pretty devastating for putting all this energy and, you know, and it's emotional energy, you know, work ethic, everything's going into Pulse Chain for me, trying to add to the community. So yes, it would be devastating to put all that energy in and not get a really good return for it. So, you know, pump my bags. I'm praying for a massive.
And I'm not saying that it won't pump. I'm saying that, like, I feel the need to say, be prepared in case it doesn't, right? Like,
yeah, that's a great bit of advice.
It won't. I hope it does. Like, I would benefit tremendously from Pulse Chain doing well, right? Like, but I'm also emotionally prepared for the consequences of if that doesn't happen.
I don't think I am. So, a wee bit of a different topic. Fashion Coder, how's your fitness journey going at the minute?
It's going good. I love the gym. And it's my favorite part about my entire day. Honestly, going to the gym like fixes 85% of my problems. I'm like, wow, this isn't even an issue if I'm working out. Like, so and it's all mental. Like, it's all the brain, all that type of thing. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been good. I actually went and got some supplements this weekend and I'm pumped. This is going to sound weird, but if you use pre-workout, some of the flavors in pre-workout are so insane. They're so good. And so I like eat my pre-workout. I feel like sometimes it's candy, like throughout the day. I'm like, okay, I just want a little bit, like it just tastes so good. So yeah, it's been going well. I have enjoyed my little fitness journey that I am on.
Good,
Are you working out?
I used to run a gym here in Belfast. No, I used to own. Here's the thing. I used to own a gym in Belfast where I live. I used to own and run a gym teaching people calisthenics. I've actually got caught off guard. See the T-shirt, Bar Wars Ireland. I used to run calisthenics and fitness competitions all over Ireland, and I did that before I started in crypto. That was my passion, my focus. That's where all my energy went. I had an Instagram channel that we did a lot of weekly challenges as well, and loads of stuff going on for like my own little fitness community. But as soon as I started crypto, that faded away. I don't know, like the obsession part of me just moved all in crypto, and the gym life got left behind. And I think at one stage there, I'd put on, and you guys are working pounds, but I think I'd put on about 24 kilos in the last 3 years. Really, really bad. Just because I was just spending all my time in front of a computer, late at night. So only a few months ago, I kind of thought, you know what, I better catch myself on here. So I think I've lost about 4 or 5 kilos since then, and I'm starting to, even at that, I'm starting to feel pretty good again. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to take yourself, like for me, it's hard to take myself away from crypto sometimes. You're just so all in, and there's so many things going on and trying to keep on top of everything. But it's been nice that honestly the last couple of weeks, even though I'm building the Blaze protocol, we have a Wars game over on Ethereum, I'm building Pulse Wars, I'm streaming twice a week, I'm actually not on Twitter a lot, and I'm taking a lot more time to myself, to my family again, and trying to just trying to get all the work life, happiness, training, all the balances back in check, so things are starting to go a wee bit better on that front. But yeah, put on
I
a
think
lot of.
one,
It was
one thing you don't do much of in the bull market, Ali, is work out or sleep. I know that much.
yeah,
I'm not sleeping much these days, that's for sure.
yeah, it's tough
Yeah,
going.
so this is like probably the most important thing that people can hear or know, and like I know I need to hear it sometimes too, but it doesn't matter how much money you have or how much wealth you've accumulated if you lose your health. Like your wealth means nothing without your health, because you can't, with like no health, you die. And then what good is your money, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've made the mistake several times in my life of prioritizing, everything except for myself and my health. And every time it's a mistake.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've
That's
been
why I came
really.
out. Oh, sorry, Ali, go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, that's why I did the whole crypto wellness journey, is because I was like, there's just so many more things that are important. It's wonderful to be in crypto, and we should all be in crypto, but it's exactly what you said, nerd girl. If you're not healthy, like, why would that money even matter?
Yeah, well, and I mean, not only that, like, say you spend the entire bull market not sleeping, not exercising, not watching what you eat, and then the bull market's over and you're extremely sick. You're going to spend every gain that you made trying to regain your health. Like it just, yeah.
Yeah, no, I've really been enjoying just even though I put on a lot of weight and things, and I wasn't training. I was training, 7 days a week, sometimes twice a day. But even cutting that down to three, I was always training even 3 days a week. But because I was competing in things, it was the consistency was the intensity was so high that for me, just even going 3 times a week and not really putting much effort in was keeping me a little like the fitness was there. I was putting on weight because I was eating too much junk and drinking too much wine. But the actual fitness thing was all the fitness and the strength. A lot of that's still there. So even within a couple of months, I've been, I can get back to where a decent level of health and fitness pretty quickly. I just get so sidetracked and I don't know, just mind just down the one track. I run a transport business as well as for my day job, so it's just sitting at the computer all day watching crypto while I'm doing all my work, go home watching crypto whenever, and just not even bothering to go to the gym. Not good for the mental health or the physical health at all.
No. And if you're trading at all, your physical health does impact your ability to trade and to make good decisions generally. Even things like, should I take profits? If you're mentally stable, you're more likely to be like, to recognize those opportunities and when you need to.
I just see Mo in the comments. They're saying he's taking all his money with him when he dies. It's mine. Okay. Another way. Give me 2 seconds. I need to turn the lights on in here. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Looks like he had to go far.
I think it might be the backdrop, the like virtual backdrop.
Oh, yeah. That it looked like he was really running all the way back.
There he is.
We'll do another wee change up of topics. So recently, okay, I was lucky whenever I get into crypto at the start that I found the Richard Hart ecosystem. Watch a lot of his videos, and then sacrifice for Pulse Chain, which maybe is not the godsend that you kind of thought it was at the time. But I spent a lot of time in the Pulse Chain chat room. In those early days, that was very, very important and good for me to learn a lot of good crypto security practices, listening to Papa B in there chatting about a lot of things, going and setting up a lot of the security stuff. I did a lot of that stuff right at the beginning, and it saved me in many, many instances so far. I'm sure, like everybody, whenever you just get in you're new, you get all these messages for DMs. I almost fell for a couple of them. I did go on to a scam site one time where I was trying to get on a whitelist, and I missed the whitelist by a day, but somehow somebody messaged me about the I managed to get in on the last spot on the whitelist, and I had a link to the website. So I went and sent my money investment. I can't even remember the name of the coin and name of the project. So I went and sent my whatever. It wasn't too much money. It was only about $250, $300, but I went and sent it. And then there was no coins in my wallet. And I'm sitting there scratching my head, wondering why the hell I have no coins. And only when I went back to the website, I seen that the countdown timer in the top right-hand corner was reset back to 24 hours. So at that stage, I kind of knew, right, I've been scammed. But even recently, so I've got a lot of the good security practices set up. We've investing a lot of money and put a lot of effort. I was put a lot of effort into getting, separate crypto laptop, ledgers, Trezors, all the passphrases, and going to all that length to keep my crypto safe. But even recently, I set up a DGen wallet on my phone. And in the heat of the moment, I think when you set a MetaMask up on your phone, you still have to take down the words because you have to input them back in. But I don't even know how, but I had a MetaMask on my phone recently where I was just using it to participate in throwing $100 at a meme coin here and a meme coin there. What happened? I don't know if this has happened to anybody else, but I didn't keep the seed phrase because I thought I'm never going to put much money in this. All I'm going to use it for is ban a little bit of crypto here and there. Whenever if I make any money, I'll send it out to somewhere else. I didn't even take the password down because my iPhone was using the Face ID to log me in. So I didn't know the password. I didn't know the seed phrase, but I bought Tits with Vag and Na Na Na, both within the first 20 minutes of launching. And I can't access those funds anymore. They are gone. So even both of those. So I've spent all this effort, keeping all my crypto safe. And just that one little slip up where, luckily enough as well, I'm not joking, I had about another $10,000 of meme coins, of stuff, all Tangang stuff that was on this phone. And luckily enough, the week before, I'd sent everything to one of my safe wallets. So it was only those two coins that were left. But even now, I think they're worth about, $3,000 or $4,000. Those couple of little, $50 or $100 investments in the first in the first few minutes of a coin launching. But that was just for me a slip up lately that's cost me, and it's going to be painful. I've actually trying not to pay. In fact, I haven't checked the price. I ignore those two coins every time I see them. I just don't look at the price because I know that money is sitting there and it's just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up, and it's not, I can't get access to it. But all that happened was MetaMask, when I went one day, they had done an update and the Face ID didn't work anymore. And there was just no way to get in. So for me, that's a couple of things that have happened to me at the start of the journey, even recently. And just crypto security, it's so important. But yeah, Nerd Girl, just was hoping you'd give us a little bit of insight into what happened to yourself recently. I've seen on Twitter or X that you'd had a recent wallet hack and you had drained a lot of money.
Yeah, so it was like a really devastating loss. So in 8 years in crypto, I have never been, until this recent incident, I had never been hacked, or I had never actually sent money to something that I thought I was getting. Like, I'd never experienced any. I just got super lucky, and I was really good. I had really good keyboard etiquette, like not clicking links from strangers, and God, this just, it was that someone who contacted me through a friend was interested in PR services, and I do crypto PR. So I was like, sure, looked at their account. They had, over 100,000 followers, a gold check mark. So they're spending, over $1,000 a month for their X account, which does give some okay, they're spending money every month for their account. This must be legitimate. I was supposed to have a call with them, missed it. Got another call, was supposed to have with them. I had the time wrong. So by the time we had our third meeting, or was supposed to be our first meeting for the third time, I was really feeling like, oh, I'm really messing this up. I should be more professional. This doesn't look good. So when they asked me to download their game and override my computer's security because it wasn't approved through my computer, I was like, okay. And I like in my head, I knew better even as I was doing it. I was like, I should just tell them that I can't do this, or I should do it from another device. But I don't know. I don't know what I was like, they're here, they're on the call. Like I'm the one who's messed up, you know? So I clicked the link, and immediately like nothing happened. Everything looked after the call with them. I was like, something's weird, you know? And they blocked
You
me.
probably just get that feeling. Yeah, you probably know something's just not quite right.
They blocked me within an hour of our call ending. But I was like, maybe they just didn't think that I was, but like, why would you block someone for not wanting to work with them? Anyway, I thought it was weird. I tried to like uninstall everything from my computer. I did, but it turns out this was a Trojan horse virus. So it got into my wallets and, anything that was in a hot wallet on my computer drained. So it was over $100,000 loss. It was pretty devastating. There have been, the thing is, like, on the call, it was so sophisticated. They knew things about me and about my work history that aren't necessarily public. So I felt like they had done their homework, and why would someone spend all this time doing their homework on me if they weren't serious, But it was a pretty sophisticated hack. There are at least a dozen other people in like front-facing cryptocurrency who were also affected by the same exact same gaming company, exact same story. So since then, I've significantly ramped up my security. I have a dedicated crypto computer that's the only thing I'm using it for. And then I also have a new hardware wallet, and yeah. But I will say, people who don't have, people who are going in with $1,000 or $5,000 or a couple $100 even, and don't have the means to buy another computer or even a hardware wallet, you really can be secure with extremely good keyboard etiquette. Like I said, I made it 8 years without getting hacked just from having good keyboard etiquette. And I don't want to like discourage people who are new getting into crypto. Like, you have to have all of these extra security things. You just have to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of things that with, to say even like the wallet and the phone, whenever I started off as well, I didn't have, I went 3 or 4 months or whatever, without getting hacked, and, just like you say, just being safe, you can play it safe. But I suppose part of the problem is, you're coming with your 10,000 or your $1,000 or your couple of $100, you catch something good, and you that turns into quite a lot of money. After that, you'd really want to be trying to make sure you keep everything safe. But yeah, I mean, keyboard etiquette is definitely, I'm sure anybody watching this or listening soon will know about many of the risks that are out there, just clicking the wrong button or downloading the wrong file and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that was pretty devastating. Thank you for sharing that with us. I'm sure it's probably a pain in the ass talking about it over and over again. But I said to you before we come on, or in the message, it's just important for people to constantly be reminded about stuff like this. We haven't really covered security ever before on our channel, and we've all been, I'm sure most people in crypto have been the victim of some scam or somebody trying to scam them. That it's always worth having a chat about it. What about Fashion Coder? Is there anything that you've seen or anything that you've experienced in that sort of thing?
There has been one thing, and it's actually very similar to you. But Nerd Girl, I cannot believe that happened. I can't believe that they like met with you, like
Yeah.
saw you, and could
Mhm.
still do that to you. Just like from a human psychological perspective, that they're able to do that. Like,
It's
I
the
mean,
sophistication of these
oh,
people. They're really so good. It's unreal.
yeah, that's so wild. So I'm so sorry. And that would be so weird, like in the moment too. Because I mean, you get a message from someone and they're like, click this link. And it's like, no.
Mhm.
But I'm sure you had never experienced that before. Like, that's so
No,
weird.
and it's not uncommon for projects to reach out to me and want PR or marketing services. It's not like that was like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's not like that's what I do, So
Wild. I'm so sorry. That's
no,
just awful.
lesson
Yeah.
learned.
I'm gonna message you after this stream about helping me with some stuff on Pulse Wars. Then I didn't realize that's what you did. I need to chat to you about some of the stuff I've got going on with Pulse
Sure.
Wars. So that's awesome
Yeah.
to know. Sorry, Fashion Cody, you were saying there.
Oh, you're good. So, kind of the same as you, Allie. I just put a MetaMask wallet on my phone, and okay, I can't remember, and I'm pretty sure I wrote down the keys somewhere. So I might still have them. I don't know, but I made a Fashion Coder wallet. And so it's just like I put it on my YouTube channel, that type of thing, because, I'll have people be like, "Hey, I want to send you an NFT," or, whatever. So I made one on my phone, and I got a new phone in January, and I didn't even think about it. I was just trying to the store was about to close. I was trying to trade in my old phone to get have my new phone, that whole thing, okay? So I was like trying to do all of the cloud storage, moving over, whatever. And I didn't think about MetaMask. And I, just here and there, I was like, oh, I'll just invest into some Pulse Chain right now. And I was too lazy to get out my laptop and my Trezor. And so I was like, oh, I'll just put it on my Fashion Coder wallet. That's fine. Well, in the yes, you know where this is going. In the process of doing my new phone, I lost the wallet. It would have been a 5-minute, not even 5-minute, 10-second fix, and I lost it. So, and that's the thing. I might have the keys somewhere. So I looked everywhere, but I moved. So that was the thing. Is I was like, I moved. So it could be somewhere. The keys could be in the landfill. The keys could be in one of my notebooks. Because I found, this is the weird thing too. As I've literally looked through every single notebook I have, I've found other seed phrases for other wallets, but they don't work in MetaMask. I'm like, what the heck? Where does this
did that
go?
as well. Yeah.
I'm like, what seed phrase is this? So,
I found a seed phrase as well. And one of my notebooks, I was like, this has got to be it. And I put it
yes,
in, I set up another MetaMask, put it in, it wasn't it. It had nothing in it. And I'm going to myself, what the hell even was that?
right? Exactly. I'm like, what was in? Yeah. So such an interesting thing. And I have been so diligent, but it was the one time I wasn't diligent about actually doing the process that I have. And so, yeah. So definitely lost all the Pulse Chain. I think I invested in Titanex on that wallet too, right when it came out. And then there are just maybe one or two other things. So I think I have a couple of NFTs on that wallet, and then a couple of some Pulse Chain and some Titanex. So unfortunate, but I also try not to think about it. I'm like, I can't even remember how much I invested in. It was maybe a couple of $1,000s, maybe a little less than that. I don't even know. It's somewhere in that range. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. But so I understand.
This is the old. I got a new phone as well. This is the old phone that has the MetaMask in it, and I'm holding on to it just in case. If MetaMask does another update that automatically kind of brings back the Face ID, I'm just praying that one day his phone will resurrect my millions.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So I totally understand where you're coming from. And then I don't know if you guys have ever used Hotbit. I would not recommend. But Hotbit, I was using Google Authenticator with them. And also never use Google Authenticator, because if you get a new phone and the authenticator is on your phone, it just is gone. So I was in an email thread for months with these people in China, and I had to send them my ID. I had to send them all these things. I literally typed out an entire description of every transaction I had made on it, which I'm glad I remembered. I couldn't even remember that now. But I had to go through this whole entire process because I couldn't validate my account because of Google Authenticator. So do not use that, because it's messed up so many of my other accounts, at work and all of that. But yeah, so it's such an interesting thing. I am my worst enemy in this, and I even follow these different protocols that I tell everyone to do too. And you can still accidentally slip up and then lose your entire
not even taking your own advice.
I know. The one time I'm like, oh my gosh.
I think
It's okay.
staying away from the mobile is the best option, right?
That's my take on it too, is that I don't do any crypto from my phone.
Yep, exactly. So it was a good learning experience, because I was like, okay, nope, that is not what I'm doing anymore. So I have completely stepped away from my phone as well.
Yeah, I was the same. I never touched mine.
Sorry
Never
about
did
that.
any crypto. I never did any crypto on my phone until recently. I think, in fact, that's Josh. That wallet was set up the day we started buying one of those. Fuck it, let's go bowling, Phil Gobb. So there was this Aussie guy, who ran a YouTube channel. He was called The Dude. Don't, but not to be confused with the dude from Helios. People that are watching this in the Titan ecosystem, but yeah, he was called The Dude. What was his? He had a coin called Dude Coiners as well.
Yeah,
Dude Swap.
it was a swap. Yeah, it was a Dex on Pulse Chain.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy ran a YouTube channel for a year with like literally probably 100+ hours of content on YouTube, covering his own ecosystem, his own coins, and then after a year of pumping out content, he rugged like 3 coins for about 25, 30 grand or something like that. It was so elaborate. Josh, he got me into it, so he owes me one. He got me to buy it.
Yeah, I'll take that one. That was my
That
bad.
was a really elaborate. It's just you're talking about Nerd Girl, about these guys being on camera. This guy was in voice and Telegram every day, YouTubing, 3 times a week, and to rug it for like, as I say, 30, 40 grand, something like that. It was just so elaborate and so so ridiculous that somebody would go to such lengths and then just pull the plug on it all. It was because he had a community, he had we had projects that seemed to be working. You just never know. That's why I like to kind of keep everything, even with wallets. I don't keep too many funds in one particular wallet because you never know what can go wrong. There's so many small little things. So even if I do have, even if like the likes of Hex or Titan X, for me, if I keep the little chunks of it in different places. That's my own personal preference to do, just because I don't know. Just imagine someday somebody will find a 24-word phrase and it'll be my one. It'll be one of mine. So I just like to keep everything spread out. Yeah, crypto way. You gotta love it, even though it's soul destroying at times. So look, we're getting. You've got to go in about 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Fashion for it.
Oh, yeah, I actually need to leave
Now.
right now. Yep. Yeah. So thank you. I do need to leave right now.
Okay, well, look, thanks very much for coming on. And I don't think I publicly said thanks for creating the little video you did covering the Pulse Wars project. Been working away hard on that. And yeah, really appreciate the wee bit of coverage you did for me on that. So yeah, thanks for coming on, and thanks very much for that in the past. I don't know if you have any closing thoughts or closing comments or anything like that.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and you're totally welcome. I'm so glad I could make a video on Pulse Force. I think it's a cool project, so thank you for doing that. And also so cool to learn about Blaze and see just what your team is doing. So great job. And Nerd Girl, so nice to meet you.
You too.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
See you later. Thanks for coming on. So, Nerd Girl, at the minute then, so after the hack, what was your plan of attack then? Was it just to start building your bags again, slowly and surely? I mean, to be honest, I was thinking about this today, going, it nearly might be, if I was starting off in crypto now with the experience that I have learned over the last 3 years, I would probably make a lot better choices. So that's just a learning experience, but starting again from scratch at this minute in time, at the bottom of the bull run, there are many, many opportunities. Is it just your plan just to start DCN into certain coins, or what are you thinking, or what are you actually doing?
So it has been where I've really had to reevaluate my risk appetite, because like before I was kind of like, you know what, I'm fine with what I have. I feel like what I have is going to have a lot of value at some point in the future. So I don't necessarily have to take these risks, even though I realize that there are opportunities to make more money. I was in a place where I was like, I don't feel like I need to risk losing it. Where now, for me to, if I want to ever recover what I lost, I have to outperform the assets that were in my wallet. So I have had to like reevaluate my risk strategy and my, take different approaches to rebuilding. I was not super into like trading before. I was just like buy and hold kind of person. I am aggressively trading now. And not necessarily that that's like a good thing, but I do know people in the industry. I do like know kind of how things work from a social perspective. So that's a huge leg up in, understanding when to buy and when to sell. And then, a lot of the strategy has been just increasing the amount of work that I take. So before I had gotten hacked, I was, I still had a job. I was still taking clients, but I was a lot more selective about what I would do. And now I'm not like using my personal brand to promote. That's not something that I recommend anybody do, especially not if you're in a country where they regulate that kind of thing, which I am. But like, I am taking more work, I wouldn't say I'm taking lower quality work because I still have standards. But like there's some things where I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I am just taking more work. And I would say, it's also the case that because I have a lot of friends who work in the industry, who are in cryptocurrency, have been in cryptocurrency for a long time, they're probably willing to pay me a little bit more than they probably would have otherwise, just because they know my situation. So just more hours. Like I was really more unplugged before. I was working, 15-ish hours a week.
Yeah.
And now I'm, back up around that like 40, 45 hours a week mark, sometimes more. Just so that's really my plan is, and I get paid in cryptocurrency and like have for a really long time. So, when I get paid in something, I just decide, do I want to hold this or do I want to buy something else, with it or with a portion of it. So that's all I would say. I've increased my hours. Just really using my network and taking more risks.
Yeah, I mean I'm kind of in a similar sense. I like to buy and hold, but because so
I'm so
easy.
sorry. I thought I silenced this. I don't know why it's still ringing.
Yeah, it's just I find it so easy to make bad choices. But on the flip side, at the minute, if you take a little bit of risk, the rewards can be huge. And it's just managing that little bit of risk and not being greedy. I've been, jumping in and out of meme coins, like I say, like most people at the minute, and trying to, just trying to add to the stack, jump into meme coin for a while, get a little bit of a pump, and then buy more of my core bags, which keep going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's good. It's good to hear that you've got a plan and that you're sort of, knuckling down, getting back to work. And that's the thing. If within crypto, if you've got a good network, you're putting yourself in a good footing to, to make some good choices, and then your network and crypto can definitely help you along the way. So yeah, it's good. That's good to hear. Look, we're approaching the hour mark here. We like to keep everything under an hour. Nerd Girl, have you anything you'd like to ask us or anything you'd like to say, sort of final thoughts or anything like that?
No, thanks so much for having me on. It was fun.
Oh, I just remembered somebody's mentioned there in the comments. We have we're doing this $1,000 giveaway live tonight, or what's happening?
Oh.
Yeah, so Nerd Girl, just so you know, we're building a couple of protocols over on Ethereum. The one we're launching first is called Blaze, and it's part of the Titan X ecosystem, as in we have our liquidity pools with Titan X, and we also burn a little bit of Titan X as well. But we've been running $1,000 a week, $1,000 worth of Ethereum a week until we launch. So we're trying to push it out the door as quickly as possible. So I think this is our second week of giving away $1,000 worth of ETH. So what's the story there, guys?
Okay, so can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, all good.
Cool. Great stream. Great listening to Nerd Girl and Fashion Coder and everything they were talking about. And we have a special guest, and we wanted to bring him in and we're honored that he's here. And his name is Emeka, and I'm going to bring him on right now. He's sitting there waiting, and he is going to be the one that he won last week, the Ethereum, and he's going to give the new winner away. And we can talk briefly with him for a second, and I'm going to bring him on right now. All right.
Nice.
It'll load in. Give it a second.
So Emeka won the $1,000 last week.
He did. He's from Africa. It looks like it's frozen. Let me remove it and bring it back right so it comes back in.
He needs to spend some of the $1,000 on his internet connection.
No, he's totally in the staged room. So
it's gonna get the upgrade from 3G to 5G.
there we go.
Oh man.
Yay!
What's up, brother?
Yeah, great to be here. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much, the Very Blaze team. I love the fact that you guys were able to bring me on here, and it's good, hearing from Fashion Coda, Net Girl, and you. It was an awesome show so far, and I've just been here enjoying myself.
Nice.
Well,
Nice to meet you, man.
thank you for coming on, and we're really happy that you were the recipient. Okay, I think his connection drops sometimes because he's telling me, I'm not gonna say where he's at in Africa unless he wants to say where he's at, but some of the power stuff. I'm sure he'll be right back, and I'd really like him to announce the winner if he can come back in a second to the next contest and ask him a few questions. We talked yesterday for a while, and we didn't have any issues on StreamYard. So, but while we're waiting, we'll give him another second to join back in. Josh, do you want to just tell the community maybe where we're at with Blaze or Allie, or what your thoughts are, and what based off of the developer meetings and whatnot that we've been going through with the audits and all that? You open for that?
Go ahead, there, Josh. You can take that
I
one.
think we're 2 more weeks, everyone. No, I'm kidding. No, we are really close. We've just ironing out a couple of tweaks for the UI, and we are in the final audit, half about 50% done. So we've had a preliminary report back from that, which looks good. Just a couple of minor tweaks to get that over the line. We're looking probably this weekend that'll be back into re-audit, and then we'll look, hopefully this weekend we might be able to release a date to the community, but it will be early June, we would say now. So we'll miss May, but early June is looking promising, and yeah, by this weekend we should be able to get a date out to the public. So
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're back, man. Or are you?
There he is.
There he is. Okay.
Oh, sorry, my Wi-Fi was bad. I had to switch between two networks, and I've been participating all the while. It's just now that you called me in, and I'm having issues, but I'm back. I just hope it doesn't lag again.
Don't apologize. Nothing to apologize for.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, just a couple things I wanted to ask you before we announce the winner. You want to tell us just a little bit about yourself at all? Where you're from, if you want, and what got you into crypto, and what's your thoughts?
Oh, well, I'm just a young guy over here in West Africa, trying to, level up to the crypto standard of the world. The world is going digital. Everyone is getting to know that, okay, these and these are what can be done with crypto, and also the blockchain technology as a whole. So I am working on a lot of projects. I am a cybersecurity enthusiast, learning ethical hacking and cybersecurity. So I recently did planning to also write. I have a write-up I'm also doing on cryptocurrency security and all that. So I'm very much interested in cryptocurrency because of the opportunity it gives to young people like us, especially in countries like here in Nigeria and also in West Africa as a whole. When you have a government that can say, oh, all the dollars in your domiciliary account from today have been converted to the the country's currency, or has been frozen. All these limitations we keep having, and that's where decentralization comes to play. You have people like Binance, we have OKX, we have Bybit. You find out here in Nigeria, the government has been on them. In fact, a Binance official was recently arrested, was it a few months ago, when they came for a negotiation on the negotiation table. So you find all these kind of things, and you see that crypto is actually liberating for us over here. So I find it very interesting, and I got into crypto, was it around 2020? I also thank God for the Hexicans. They are the ones that actually made me start liking crypto. I was like, oh, who is this Richard Hart? He brags a lot and all that. So I got into the space, started connecting with people on Twitter, and I'm still coming up. I'm not yet there yet. I'm still trying to learn. Okay, how do you do this? How do you go about this? But I'm fully much more into the post-chain ecosystem, and I also explore other chains and all that. But so far, it's been a good ride. I think I'm having fun.
Nice.
Cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, what's your favorite token? What's your one, man? One or two? What are they?
Okay, I won't say I have favorite. I don't think I have favorite, but I think I like Algorand and Ethereum. They are the two. Algorand has at least, I think they've achieved decentralization and also scalability and all that. I study about the project very well, and I think the same way Solana is doing, I think Algorand will get there. And also Ethereum, nice structures. They just got ETF approval, and they are my two most favorite coins. And then, of course, the post-chain ecosystem. I also love.
I hope we didn't lose him.
And he's gone.
Yeah, I was enjoying that too.
No, Algorand is an incredible blockchain. Not many people know it's pure proof of stake, which is totally different than anything else. And it kind of conquers what they call the blockchain trilemma, where you can have decentralization, security, and scalability. But without having the validators get paid, then it equates to that. That was designed by Silvia Micali from Italy. And it's actually being put in most of the cell phones in Africa right now. And so a lot of the things you're going to see, they're going to benefit people. You can airdrop tokens. And that's one of the things I wanted to do is have a food coupon type token that I'm working on to airdrop, into villages and stuff like that, basically in a tax write-off for other crypto stuff. And that'll be down the road. But I hope he can come back. I'm just going to remove him for a second because I wanted to ask him for the winner.
Sorry,
he will. Hopefully.
Just going back to where before I say sidetracked. Nerd Girl, have you any last final thoughts or anything like that? Anything you want to say just to close out?
No, not really. I don't know what to say. Definitely pay attention and don't click links from strangers, and definitely don't ever override your computer's security to go on a link that you clicked from strangers. Take profits when it's prudent to do so, and don't let other people tell you not to take profits. You will regret it.
Yeah, you can't hold forever, right?
Yeah. Thanks very much for coming on. It's nice to finally meet you. I've been watching you on streams, coming into the Hex and Pulse Chain community in 2021. You were all over the place. I've seen your face in the streams everywhere. So it's nice to actually finally speak to you. So thanks very much for coming on and giving us all your insights today. It was great to have you here. So thanks very much.
Thank you very much for having me. It was nice
I
to
would
meet
love
you.
to. I would love to hit you up just on the marketing and PR stuff for the Pulse Wars project, just to see what you do. I've launched that project a few months ago, and I just need a little bit of help getting some more traction with it, getting in front of a few more eyeballs. So I'll send you a message after the stream just regarding that. So thanks.
Okay, sure. Thanks for having me. I'm gonna fall off because I do have people waiting for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice chair again. It's epic.
Thank you.
In camouflage, probably.
Thank you.
Better.
Nice to meet you
Thanks
all.
for
Have a
coming
good
on.
day. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Let's give him just a minute, one more minute, guys. We can go and we can announce if he can't he apologized, and it's just network connection. Let's see if he comes back on in the next 30 seconds or so, and so we can announce the next winner. So
In the
anyways.
meantime, next week we need a fucking intro video. See what we need an intro video. See that start when it just pops up. We're all sitting there like 4 fucking plebs. Fuck that. We need an intro video.
No
We
comment.
can make that happen.
No
Don't you
comment.
worry about that.
My big question for our guest coming on in a minute is, what's he spending his $1,000 on? Gotta be
That's what
Blaze,
I want to
right?
know.
It's gotta be
Where's
Blaze.
that going?
I hope he can come back. Man. Such a great guy, and it's amazing how this crypto blockchain technology just brings the whole world together in a sense, because you have the US dollar, you have the yuan, you have the ruble, you have all these things that drag other countries, third world countries, down with their inflation and deflation. And as they encourage the people in their countries to try to use their own currencies, it's irrelevant because they can fluctuate their fiat 30% or more in one day. All right, here he is. We're going to bring him right back on right now. Awesome. Made it back. We waited for you, my friend.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, good, dude.
Well,
Do you have I sent you the winner. I did him earlier. Do you want to say who the winner is of the next ETH? Do you have that on that screenshot that I sent you?
yeah, sure, right away. Yeah, right away. We have the winner for this week's Blaze pre-launch giveaway is YN Rodrigo. Yeah.
We think that's a guy. So we're gonna reach out to Rodrigo.
Rodrigo.
Oh man, I think he froze up again, but he got that out.
Justin, drop that tag in the
Screenshot his.
in the comments.
Okay, sure, no problem. We'll do. Amika, if you can hear me, my friend, we are grateful for you coming on here today, and we will see you in the space. All right. So I'm going to remove you from the screen because that's a nice smile. All right. Josh already did. All right. So we'll drop this. Let me drop this screenshot.
I took a screenshot of that of his face there just to keep that.
Yeah, no worries.
Lovely smile. We can share that some other time.
Yeah, you don't want to. All right. Oh, he's back. All right, hold on. It won't let me drop the screenshot, but that's okay. But we'll post it on our official X. All right, guys.
Yeah,
That was a great stream. Well done.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. Something that was actually nice to have a conversation about something a little bit different again. I think we're covering a lot of different topics. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself on these streams. Like I must say,
I think the main thing for me was I'm having to spend 12 hours a day talking to you 8 from the Blaze team and have a bit of feminine energy for once was pretty good. It's a rarity.
It's really cool.
Space,
There's a lot of smart crypto girls out there. I mean, Fashion Coder's is a computer scientist, for crying out loud. Get her to run an audit for us, right? All right, so we will post the results of this contest on our official X, and we will message the winner with some instructions. Basic, don't post your address publicly to us, okay? So I think that squares it up, guys. Josh, Ali, you guys ran it. You want to conclude anything?
No conclusions. Stay
Super
safe.
Fun. Look forward to next week. Thanks for everyone who came and watched. Brilliant. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Be good, everybody.